You know, with each coat of paint, each new window, each door that goes in, this project gets closer to being able to visualize the whole thing completed.
That's right.
But today, I had the advantage of being able to step inside our dream kitchen. It was complete down to the steaming mugs of coffee, if you can believe that. Yeah, it was on a computer. Let's take a look. Now, in a typical kitchen remodel, you might head down to the kitchen and bath store, choose some cabinets, choose some counter materials, choose some flooring, and try to put the whole picture together in your mind's eye. At a higher level of sophistication and cost, you may go to an architect or a designer, and they'll give you a ground plan and maybe some elevations, and for a little more money, some colored sketches. At a still higher level of sophistication and cost, you might even have a model built. That is very unusual and highly costly, and still you can't climb inside to really sense what the space feels like to you. You can't picture yourself living in the space. Well, things are a little bit different today. We can do all of these things with computers, as personal computers have become more powerful and software programs more sophisticated. And that's what's going on inside this room here. Hi, I'm Steve Thomas.
Hi, Steve. I'm Phil.
Hi, Phil.
This is Gene.
Hi,
Steve.
Gene.
How you doing?
Good. You guys call yourself computer modelers?
Yes.
What's that all about?
Well, basically, Steve, we create environments within the computer. We're able to maneuver inside those environments and apply photorealistic materials to objects within the structures and the structures themselves.
So is that what they call computer or virtual reality? I've
Yes,
heard
it
it
is.
called. So we gave you a set of plans for our new kitchen, and what have you done with them?
First thing we do, Steve, is we enter the data from those floor plans and create our own 2D plan.
Okay, so this is the kitchen here.
Yes, it is.
This would be the former back porch here. Screen porches here, right?
On the right,
And then the church would be over here.
church is on the left.
Okay. And then these are elevations?
Yes, they are.
How do you get those?
We enter the data again into the system, telling the computer how high the walls are, and it does the rest.
Wow, it's really sophisticated then. So what's this little blue line here?
That's the camera within the system that allows us to maneuver through the structure.
And you're just setting the camera here and the direction it's looking there.
Correct.
I get it. And it reads out down here?
That's it. And from this view, we're looking out the kitchen window towards the church.
Huh. Boy, that's amazing. Now, I understand you've taken this whole thing a step further.
Yes, we have. If you come over to this monitor.
Boy, look at that. So that's the same view, looking out to the church.
Correct.
Except now you can see the cabinets, and you've got chairs in there, flooring.
We've applied materials to every object.
You really
within
begin
the
to get a
structure.
sense of the room, as if you were there. Now, suppose I wanted to make some changes to this.
That's no problem, Steve. That's the power of this program, is we can make changes readily. I think on the next image,
And you got some wood flooring. How about some wall color?
sure, no problem. Change the wall color.
Now, I assume you can change anything. If you wanted to see what it looked like with white laminate cabinets, you could do that. If you
Yes.
wanted to change the lighting scheme up here, you could do that.
Correct.
It's incredibly flexible then. Well, what about some architectural changes? When I take a look at this now, I kind of wish that this window was a little bigger. Can you do that?
Again, that's no problem. If you come to the first station, we can address it.
Great. So what are we looking at here? The same view, but with a lot of the cabinets stripped out.
Same view with a smaller window and just minimal cabinets, just
Okay.
for architectural,
And the
design.
blue sky out the window, too.
Blue
Can you change
sky.
the size?
Sure. It's no problem at all.
And then you can add back the cabinets and the lighting. And
after that's decided upon, everything else will be added back in, and you now have a larger window.
Now, it's kind of tough to walk around with a computer in your back pocket. Is there any more convenient way to see these images?
Yes, there is, Steve. We can take the information generated by the computer and have that transferred to color prints.
Okay, so you can really start to see what the kitchen's going to look like. First thing that catches my eye is this overhang here. I mean, that where the refrigerator is really going to catch some dust there. Might want to take a look at these cornice moldings here. Any more?
Sure.
That's looking out onto the screen porch there. Boy, here's something. The cornice molding really projects out, but you might want to actually pull this up. So what does a service like this cost?
Steve, to generate 2 to 3 views of a kitchen similar to this, you're talking $1,000.
$1,000, huh? Well, that's not exactly chopped liver, but I suspect that if you had to change out one of these cabinets, or if the floor didn't look quite right, or if you had to change this window once it was in, you'd be spending a lot more than $1,000.
Absolutely.
Well, this is really impressive. It's almost as if you were standing in the finished kitchen. And you know, we've been able to see it before the first teaspoon of paint's been applied to the walls. You've done a great job, guys. Gene, thank you very much.
Thank you,
Phil,
Steve.
it's been a pleasure.
Thanks, Steve.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
John, I'm glad you came by. I got something to show you, actually.
Really?
Yeah. But first, I need your reaction on your new kitchen here.
Wow, it's coming along.
Yeah?
It's hard to imagine what it'll look like, though, when it's really finished.
Well, it always is. But what if I could show you a picture of the completed kitchen, right down to the steaming cups of coffee on the counter? What would you say to that?
Well, I'd love to see it.
Okay, now just stand right here, look in this direction. And here's a photograph that was actually generated on a computer. This is what they call computer reality or virtual reality.
Wow.
And what they've done is scanned everything in, the surfaces, the lighting, and everything. That's very much as it would appear.
Wow, now you can really see where the refrigerator will be, and the windows, and the cabinets over there, and
It really
the
helps
peninsula.
you visualize it, doesn't it? Here's
It really
another
does.
one taken from this angle over here. You can see your oven and the steaming cups of coffee I promised you, the refrigerator again looking out toward the eating area here.
Wow, and there's the bar area down there.
You
That's
finally
great.
get a real picture of what it might look like.
I really do, yeah.
Now I got one more, and that's taken from this angle over here. Well, from this point of view, you really get a good look at the kitchen itself. See the work area in there, and your stools and the counter, and the whole thing.
Wow, this is a great shot. You can really see the detail in this.
Yeah, it's a fabulous design tool because it allows you to check your final finishes, like floor and wall, before you actually apply them.
You're right. Boy, I can't wait to show this to Chris.
Well, I think he'll be surprised, and it gives you a good look at your kitchen.
Sure does.
Thanks, Joan. I'll catch up with you